preamble today, which is the beginning of the Constitution. In short, it says "We the people." That's what you guys probably commonly hear. Okay, I'll read the full, which is posted here. We the people of the United States, in order to form a perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, and that's the preamble of the U.S. Constitution. Okay? And the idea is that the people, okay, are the rulers, not the kings or the courts. And when we're talking about kings or courts, you guys probably never heard of that. But that has to do with European monarchs. Okay? So again, we don't want to be a monarchy. Alexander Hamilton, when he was, there was debate on how we should set up the government. Some people thought we should somewhat emulate a monarchy. And even when they were trying to decide what to call George Washington, some people thought Your Highness or things like that. But Washington didn't want that, and a lot of people didn't want that because they want nothing to do with a monarchy. That's where you get president. You don't get Your Majesty, you don't get Your Highness, or anything like that, which people like John Adams actually tried to do, and Washington shot him down. Okay. Okay. So again, the preamble is the introduction to the Constitution. Two main questions are found in the preamble. Why are they writing it? And the answer is to form a more perfect union. Okay. Remember, the Articles of Confederation were a weak set up a weak federal government where the states kind of held the power. And this is supposed to make it a little more equal. But again, you want a strong federal government to kind of keep everyone together. So if, say, there's a war, you're able to have a federal army that could be dispatched and used. Okay? And what are the goals to be reached? Establish justice, and this is, again, we're taking it from the preamble. Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. Okay? So again, this just simple, what you guys need to know. You have the Constitution forms a strong federal government. Okay? Articles of Confederation were weak. Constitution forms a strong federal government. Okay? All right. So again, this is written in Philadelphia. That's where the Constitutional Convention was. Its original intent was to revise the Articles. They do not revise it. They throw the Articles out the window and they rewrite another Constitution. James Madison was the father of the Constitution. That's up for debate. He's more considered the father of the Bill of Rights. You have other men like Gouverneur Morris who wrote a lot of the Constitution, but beside the point. 39 men signed it in 1787. It gets ratified in 1789. And that's when you're going to have actually Washington's presidency start in 1789. Okay? So this is how the Constitution is divided. Okay? You have articles, which are the major divisions. You can see over here, Article 1. Okay, section divisions of an article. So this would be Section 1. Okay, and clauses, which are the lines. Okay? Sort of similar to how like the Bible is broken up. Okay, so we have an example, which is Article 1, Section 8, Clause 18. And what I'll do for you is I'll look that up real quick because I don't remember which one that is. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 18. To make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying its execution, the foregoing powers and all the powers vested by the Constitution and the government of the United States or any department or office thereof. Oh, it's separation of powers. Okay, we're actually about to talk about the separation of powers. Okay. All right, so this is kind of checks and balances. So, okay, aim, describe the branches of government in detail. Do now, what are the three branches of government and what do they do? Okay, so you guys know that the three branches are legislative, executive, and judicial. Hopefully you know that. If you don't, you're about to learn that. Okay, and this is what we have set up today. Okay, so this is how our government is set up. Okay, so legislative makes the laws. That's Congress. Okay, and that's the Capitol building. All right, executive enforce the laws. That's the president. Okay, here's the White House. Put the laser pointer on. Okay, White House. And then judicial, interpret the laws, courts, and this is the Supreme Court over here. And you have 9 justices. Okay? And again, remember, Congress is broken up into the House and Senate. right? These are just terms. I'm not too worried about it. If you guys just want to, I mean, you need to know checks and balances, ability to each branch to exercise checks over the other branch. So you're just making sure that, say, Congress keeps the president in check and makes sure that he doesn't abuse his power, essentially. Um, well, these other terms, if you want to just pause and check them out, a lot of these were in your textbook work, so you should have them already. Okay, so this is kind of like a little pie chart, not pie chart, Venn diagram that you guys can, again, you got to pause, but we'll kind of go through real quick. And it's going to split up what the national government can do, what the state government can do, and then what they can both do. Okay, so we'll go national government first. They can print money, establish post offices, declare war, make treaties and conduct foreign policy, regulate interstate and international trade. Okay. What they could also do, which is the same as state governments, establish courts, borrow money, collect taxes, make and enforce laws, ratify amendments to the Constitution, spend money for the general welfare. Okay, that just happened just the other day. Okay, with the $2.2 trillion stimulus package. Collecting taxes. When you grow up and you have a job, you're gonna have state tax removed and you're gonna have federal tax removed. All right, so you'll see that. Okay, state government issue bonds. Again, we talked about bonds with the 8th grade. So bond is, say, you're essentially lending money to the government, and the idea is that they'll pay it back with interest. So when I was younger, I would get bonds. They're actually right next to me at my desk. I would get bonds of, say, for my grandma, and when I got them, they weren't worth anything. But over time, interest accrues, and now they're worth like $500. All right. So you're supposed to it's lending money, and you're supposed to let it sit. Okay, so it's kind of like an investment. Um, okay. So moving on. Conduct elections again. So elections for, say, the presidency. That's not a national. Well, it's a national election, but it's done state by state. And then same with like local government. It's done in the state. So the states are the ones who conduct the elections. Issue license, permits, and certificates. If you get make marriage laws right there. If you're getting married, you get a certificate from the state. Okay. License, so you can get your driver's license. That's a New York State driver's license. You don't have a Connecticut driver's license. You don't have a United States driver's license. You have a New York State driver's license. Okay. Make marriage laws. Kind of just connect with that. This is a little different now, since this choice been made. And then again, ratify amendments to the Constitution. Okay. So if there's a federal law, the state can have their own laws that are different from a federal law. Usually, when a federal law gets passed, states end up having to just vote on it, and it usually passes. So it's not really much of an issue. But states also can have their own laws that are separate. So New York State, again, I've talked about this, and this is a little off topic from ratifying amendments to the Constitution. But New York State can have, say, the driver's license. You can get your driver's license at like 17 or whatever it is. You get permanent at 16. I forget. In like North Carolina, you can have your driver's license at 14. So you can be 14 years old and you can be driving on the road. Okay, so those are state laws. Okay. This is another chart. What do I want to do? No, I want to do that tomorrow. Okay, so for this, just pause. Okay, pause this. Take a look at it. Okay, this is how like they keep each other in check, and I could go over it. Okay, I'll just do it. So executive branch checks on the legislative branch, can propose laws, the president can veto laws, can call special sessions of Congress, make appointments to federal posts, negotiate foreign treaties. Okay? The legislative branch can check the executive branch they can override the presidential veto by voting on it. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen because when a president vetoes a bill, it has to go through everything again. And I'll show you guys a video on that. Confirms executive appointments. So, say, Supreme Court justice has to be voted on by Congress. Ratifies treaties. Can declare war. So the president can ask Congress to declare war. Appropriates money. Can impeach and remove the president, which they just tried to do like a month and a half ago. It didn't work though. But presidents they impeached him. Sorry, they impeached him, but they weren't able to remove him. So there's been a couple presidents who've been impeached, but none of the presidents have actually been removed from office. So Andrew Johnson was within one vote of getting removed. Bill Clinton didn't get removed. Richard Nixon would have gotten impeached and removed, but he resigned. and then Trump got impeached, but he wasn't removed. Okay, all right. So legislative branches checking on the judicial branch, creates lower federal courts, can impeach and remove judges, can propose amendments to overrule judicial decisions, and approve appointments of federal judges. Which again, that kind of connects with this. Okay, judicial branch checking on the legislative branch can declare acts of Congress unconstitutional, which we talked about with the eighth grade with the New Deal. You guys will learn about that next year. Okay, and then we have judicial branch checking on the executive branch can declare executive actions unconstitutional. Okay, we haven't really seen that with Trump, but whatever. And then executive branch can check on the judicial branch, appoints federal judges, can grant pardons to federal offenders. So again, if the executive branch is appointing federal judges, the legislative branch, it says here, they have to approve those appointments. So, for example, like the Brett Kavanaugh thing that happened last year, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, Trump wanted Kavanaugh in. A lot of people in Congress didn't. Then there was a bunch of allegations. Okay, and ended up having to get voted and approved. Okay. This is where we're gonna go. I'll make a separate slide for this because this is a little longer. Okay, and then it goes into like voting. So this will be the next slides. Okay. All right. Goodbye.